So it's so lovely to be here. Thank you so much. I just want to say a massive thank you to Joanna Scott Asprey. You just inspire me, basically. So,
thank you.
So yeah, I wrote a book called Perspectives, and I just want to start with a quote from a woman that I find really inspiring, really beautiful. Iyanla Van Zandt said, "I'm not my sister's keeper, I am my sister." And what that means is that every single one of you, the way you speak, the way you dress, the way you treat each other, you're a representation of women all over the world. I'm not my sister's keeper, I am my sister. And I wrote this book, Perspectives. And I wrote it, it's my story, it's my autobiography, but I wrote it for every woman in the world that have had these experiences that I've had. And I'm just going to talk you briefly through the experiences in the book. If you really want to know the ins and outs of those experiences, then buy the book. So, from being age of 7 to 10, I was sexually abused. And I wrote the book for any of the women in here who experienced child sex abuse. But you know what? I got over it. Thank you. But I didn't get over it quickly, by the way. From being around 12 to being 17, I went out into nightclubs, bars, anywhere I could find a man, and I tried to find love from those men. Not that there was any, but basically I didn't respect myself, I didn't respect men, I didn't respect other women, and I went on this journey of self-sabotage, really. And I got into a situation with somebody that I'd known for a long time. And this was a man that I pretty much trusted, and he raped me. So for any woman, and I know that there's going to be a lot of women, not just in the room, but women out in the world who've experienced rape or attack or sexual attack, I want to tell all of those women, whether they're in here or they're out there, that you can get through it and you can get over it. When I was 20, in a moment of madness, I got married. Anybody else went mad, got married? So, he was a nice guy, but it was a little bit mad. I met in a nightclub, I was wearing my hot pants, and we fell in love, and 3 months later we got married. So, when I was 23, I got pregnant. But at 8 months, I lost the baby, and the baby died, and I spent 2 days in labour giving birth to that child. And that was probably the toughest one, really. I would say that that was probably the toughest thing. And for any of the women, you know, either in here or out there, who have either had a miscarriage, either early or late, or have lost a child, I think it's probably one of the hardest things in the world to get over. You know, it's something that kind of really like pulls on your heartstrings. But you know what? You get through it. You might not get over that one, but you definitely get through it. And that's because, you know, we have got this strength and this heart. So life went on. And then when I was 30, exactly 10 years to the day that I got married, which was the 27th of October, I got divorced. And I got through that with lots and lots of champagne. Anybody else? Oh, we didn't have Prosecco in those days, it was definitely champagne, yeah? And I went on, and not long after that, I fell in love with a woman. And I had to come out as being gay, which again was... well, actually, I never have to get over that. That was other people that had to get over that one. Later on, I actually came out of the closet as being a psychic. And that was probably more traumatic for people than the gay thing, to be honest. Some of my best friends thought I'd gone nuts. They were like, Beverley, we're all right with you being gay, but psychic, can't deal with. So I went on to my journey, and I made a lot of people very happy. I went around the UK, I demonstrated mediumship in the churches. I enrolled in a PhD in metaphysical science. I learned about Buddhism. I studied A Course in Miracles. I moved into the Bhagavad Gita. I meditated for 4 hours a day. And I found myself. And I wrote this book not for myself, but for all the women, not just in this room, but for all the women out there. And that's because I'm not my sister's keeper, I am my sister. And all of you here today are a representation of women throughout the world. And I personally believe that women are the strongest power in the universe. We're the givers of life, we're the nurturers of sons, of brothers, of husbands. As Mother Earth is pregnant in the winter and she gives birth in spring, so women all over the world are the nurturers of life. And even if you don't have children, women nurture men every single day. And I don't stand here as a man hater. I think that we're all equal. And I think that we should love our brothers. But what I do believe is that women have got a power that men don't have. And when a woman's heart breaks, she gets stronger, because that's when the light comes in. And when a woman's heart is filled with light, she becomes compassionate and she becomes loving. And that is our power, that's our superpower, the compassion and the love that we have in our heart, which gets filled up with light once it's broken. Because actually women are never broken. Women don't get broken, women get stronger. Women get more dynamic. And what we've got to do in this world is really love one another and really lift each other up. And I help women all over the world. But I wanted to write the book because I wanted women to actually help themselves. I wanted them to read the book, I wanted them to practice what the pages at the end of the book give you, which is practices to basically lift yourself up out of whatever it is. I've had so many women who've wrote to me since they've read the book and said, I completely relate to your story. Maybe not everything, or maybe there is elements that I didn't experience but they experienced. But it's been absolutely amazing to listen to all these amazing stories from women who have risen above whatever trauma or stress that they may have encountered. I want us to just do something now. I'm going to read an inspirational poem by Maya Angelou. It's nothing new, you've probably heard it before. But what I love about it is that it's so poignant. And I feel today in particular, when women are in a position where we can lift each other up and we can support each other, I think it's a really fitting poem to read to you all. I want you to forget the coronavirus for a minute. I want you to hold each other's hand. And I want you to really connect with the consciousness and the hearts of all the women in the room.
Warm heart. Very much so.
And I want you to feel each other's heart and the love and compassion that's in there. Because, you know, women really are fabulous. And that's your superpower, by the way.
We're the best.
That's right.
We are the best.
You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like the moons and like the suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard? Because I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me down with words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise? I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the hunts of history's shame I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving behind the nights of terror and fear I rise. Into daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am a dream and hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you very much.